Right. All right. Okay. Un momento, por favor. We're just putting that on. I figured while I was getting ready for bed, have a little chat with you guys. Little chat with you guys. The energy of the world is crazy. Just crazy. Oh, I'm sorry. Apparently, I'm no longer allowed to use the term crazy because I'm not. I'm not allowed to. So I'm just cleaning my face, cleaning all of this raccoon ass makeup off my face. Is that allowed? I don't know. I think everyone's just kind of reaching their breaking point. I think that's what's going on. Everyone's reaching their breaking point, myself included. And my patience for people is gone. My patience is gone. It's gone. It is. It's gone. How about you guys? How's your patience go? My day, thank you for asking, Demita. My day was fabulous. It was super fabulous. It's been so super duper productive. I haven't really gotten a chance to look online for much stuff. I've been super busy all day. Hey, Echo! Tansy Echo! Oh my god, I love you. What language is that? I'm not. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not allowed to laugh either. I apparently giggle too much. I'm not allowed to use certain terms. Even colloquial use of terms is not allowed because the behavior police have been by my page several times today. I'm just saying. I'm just Cree. It's Cree. You have to speak Cree to me more often. You have to just message me random things. Not even joking. Who said that? I don't remember who said that. I honestly don't remember. But everyone I think has no, I'm sorry. I'm not allowed to say people have lost their minds. I'm not allowed to giggle either. What other fucking complaints? Oh, I'm not allowed to say bad words. I'm so fucking sorry. I must be crazy. I don't know. Today's been like on a serious note. Today has been super productive. I'm such a proud mama bear because what is going on with this? Why is this never ending? I took my kids out. We went out to shoot guns for the first time together. My kids went. My little ones. The whole family went. We just loaded up the clown car. People who know me in real life say that when they see my family coming out of a car, it's like a fucking clown car. No, I'm not sorry, Samantha. I'm not, I'm not sorry because of the fact that people's sensitivities are their issue to deal with, not mine. It's not mine. It sounds really really harsh to say that, but I mean, if you've watched any of my videos for any length of time, you know that I'm not here to stroke your sensitivities. Yeah, I'm just not. I've had to deal with my own sensitivities. I didn't have anyone stroking mine, so it's a little bit of tough love up in this page. Little bit, Woody. I have a lot of kids. I have a lot of kids. I don't ever say how many kids I have anymore, just because there are and to spare people's sensitive feelings. Um, there are legitimately, um, how would I put this? Ah, insane people, clinically insane, who, because, for one reason or another, can't get the mama bear get the bear cubs, right? So, yeah. And plus, my family is very sacred to me. So I don't really release super personal information. Yeah, I just don't. And it's not because I'm secretive, it's because I believe in privacy. um, oh, Carmen, you're so sweet. No, nobody's censoring me. People try to censor me, but I don't give a shit. I don't care. Um, you know, if this channel gets taken away, then I start another channel. If a profile gets taken away, then I start another profile. It's no biggie. What's a biggie is I need to clean my face properly. It's just a whole bunch of stuff. So, we went to the range, whether it's at the house or somewhere far away, I won't say. But I took my kids, my husband and I took our kids to go shoot for the first time. And it was amazing. I'm such a proud mama bear. I'm seriously such a proud mom. My children knew how to responsibly handle their firearms. We got them firearms. And they know that it's not a joke. They know not to mess around. Um, and and they popped off. It was amazing. Super amazing. It was one of those things where I was totally surprised how well they did. Totally surprised. Louise, we got a large 22s. We got 22s because they don't need that recoil. And then we also, well, we have firearms. So they tried out 22s, long rifles. They also tried out the AR. They tried out. I'm actually super impressed. I believe it was a 40 or a 45. I think it was a 40. We put the Glock in the the Roni, micro Roni, if you don't know what that is. Sexy stuff. So they totally did well. They kept control of it, and it was amazing to watch. They weren't afraid. And well, my littlest, he was like, I'm just a kid. I said, well, you don't have to do anything if you don't want to. We're just saying you don't have to be scared. If you want to try it, I'll hold it with you. And he goes, no, I'm just a kid. I was like, okay, kid. Okay, kid. Just hop on your iPad. Do not walk anywhere. Stay in your seat. And he stayed in his seat. And yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. Have you ever shot anything, Smarty Girl? Have you ever handled firearms before? Oh my God, so my husband got me, I think it was for my birthday this year. He got me a Hellcat. Y'all don't know what that is. It's the cutest kitty. Oh my gosh. It's like so tiny. It's smaller than my hand. It's like this big. And it's a 9mm. And we shot it for the first time. Because we've been shooting BB guns in at the farm for quite some time now, and man, we've been going BB gunning. And because it's so tiny and so cute, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. the kickback on that shit, I was like, what is this? Is this a hand cannon? That's what it felt like. Hand cannon. So all the states that I visit, which they pretty much all have open carry. I try to steer clear of states that don't have open carry laws. But yeah, Hellcat, that's one hell of a kitty. I was just like, ooh, girl, calm down. Speaking to my firearm. Oh, and it kicks. I think because it's so small, you don't have much barrel, so it just kicks. I tried archery, Samantha. So my husband is an archer. He knows how to do all of that. Me, not so much. But we went to we went to another gun store today. That's been kind of what we've been doing for our dates. We've been going to gun stores. He's really into, my husband is really becoming a huge firearm collector. He's a collector, period. He loves to collection. That's just him. He loves to collect things. And so I'm like, I would rather you collect firearms than anything else. You know, I gotta tell you guys, it was so cute because the day before his birthday, we were supposed to go grocery shopping. And I totally was like, you want to stop at a gun store? He goes, yeah. So we go to a gun store and he's like been talking to this guy, the worker. He's been talking to the worker for like 30 minutes already, has looked at a whole bunch of stuff. He puts the thing he's looking at back onto the counter. He starts to slowly step back. And he's like, all right. So, and I said, you did not just waste 30 minutes. You took up you better buy something. And I didn't even yell it. I mean, granted, the store is not that huge. I didn't yell it. I just like, it was a very passionate whisper. You better buy something. And plus it was his birthday, so I was going to buy him a firearm anyway. And the whole store stopped. And they're like, you're a lucky man. Whatever. So he's been feeling very proud of me lately. He's like, I got a cool wife. Whatever. But he's like, I'm so lucky. My wife is so cool. I was like, you are. You're lucky. You got a cool wife. Whatever the hell that means. What does it mean to be a cool wife? What does that mean? Okay, ladies, you have to moisturize this whole area. Okay, you don't want your face to be wrinkle-free and then your tatas are not. Oh, that was another thing. Someone was like offended that I mentioned my breast. I love my breast. Get out of here. Get out of here. I love my breast. Why would I be ashamed of my breast? Why would I mean, granted, I'm not going to show it to you guys. That's just crazy. I wouldn't show you my breast, but I can very much speak about it if I want to. It's not like I'm describing my areola or my nipples. Okay. Like, if you really want me to offend you, I can tell you about what happened to my nipples while I was still breastfeeding. Y'all want to hear about that? Y'all want to hear about that? Anybody? Okay. All right. Since when does being a woman unashamed of her body become something offensive? What is that about? What is that about? Like, oh, you're so disgusting. I didn't come here to listen to you talk about your breast or your boobs. Okay, first off, they have names. Rosie and Lucy, respect the bitches. I'm just saying. Secondly, I know why you came here, to get a free reading, cheap ass bitch. But I didn't say any of that because I was like, no, you can't say that shit. You're being sarcastic and you're not really meaning it. You're just trying to entertain yourself. But be that way. So I was just do a silent ban. She's like, I'm gonna report you. Go ahead. Excuse me for having breastises. Excuse me. It's not like I told you my areolas look like freaking teacup plates, saucers. And that my nipples look like the top portion of my pinky. I didn't tell you that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm totally not ashamed of my breast. I'm not. I'm so not. I breastfed my children one after the other for 2 years straight. They have virgin guts. They've never had milk, cow's milk, because they are not cow babies. And I will say in that, like, well, no, it wasn't 2 years straight, whatever. All I know is I was popping out kids like crazy. And I believe I was breastfeeding for 9 years straight. 9 years straight. I want to say. Yeah. 9 years straight. And mind you, I was tandem nursing as well. Meaning we are about efficiency. You got 2 boobs, you got 2 kids to put on each boob. If they want to eat, they want to eat. I'm totally the kind of mom. I'm not going to go hide in a bathroom to feed my child. I'm not going to have my child go hungry because people at the mall are uncomfortable. I have always breastfed out in public. No, I'm not going to cover my kid with a blanket. You don't want to see the boob? Don't be looking. Besides, it's not boob, it's upper cleavage. Please. If I already had this whole thing planned where if people want to say that I'm being indecent in public and that they saw my boob, motherfucker, I want you to describe the shape of my areola. What size is it? I want you to tell me in detail what my nipple look like. I'm just saying. That's not naked in public if you can't see that. Just saying. But luckily, I've never had anyone tell me to cover up or stop feeding my child. I've had someone's child just standing in front of me, watching me as I nursed on a bench, and their parent didn't tell them about this thing called common courtesy. Like, if my children are staring at someone in public, I'll ask them to come to me and I will whisper, please don't stare. Is there something that you're curious about that I can help you to understand? Just ask me. And if I can't answer you, if it's appropriate, we'll go up to the person and we'll talk to them to kind of help you better understand, but we don't just stare at people. So this, I think they look like they were about 6 or 7. They were staring at me for a good 15 minutes. And so I was like, are you hungry? Simple question. Are you hungry? Were you thirsty? I mean, I'm not offering my breast to you, but maybe you should tell your parent that you're hungry. My youngest would just randomly stick his arm in my shirt and put, yeah, mine did that too. All of mine have done that. Numerous times. I often, for my last handful of babies, I kept them in a Moby wrap. If you guys have never heard of Moby wrap, it's just a very long, I think it's like 2 yards of fabric. I believe it's cotton, organic cotton is what it was, but it's a natural fabric, lots of it. And you wrap it around yourself a certain way, and it becomes a baby carrier. It's a very tribal type of baby carrier. It helps to keep the baby's hip joint integrity, and it helps to keep that very healthy. Um, so my kids would ride in that until they were about 2 years old. I mean, you just couldn't stop me because fucking domestic stuff is my shit. So not joking. Like, I love to clean, I love to cook, I love to take care of children. I know people are like, "That's weird." It's not weird. I love to. I love to babysit other people's kids and just make shit from scratch. I love to sew. It's just weird shit. People think they're like, "You do?" "Yeah." I don't like to go out clubbing or bars or, like, girls' night. Like, if my husband and children can't come, I'm probably not coming. Even if they can, I'm probably not coming anyways. Um, ooh, my kids are huge. I used to give them, these supplements with chlorella growth factor, and it's very nourishing for the brain, and it also really enhances cell division, so it accelerates their growth. It's amazing stuff. So my kids, like, typically at like 6 months old, they're wearing like 2-year-old clothing when I give them that, and it makes them so ridiculously smart. Just saying. My kids are ridiculously smart. One of my kids started reading at 17 months old. Months, 17 months. He's like less than a year and a half. He started reading at 17 months old. Another of my kids said his first word. Um, I want to say he was like 5 days old, his first word. And then by the time he was like, um, I want to say less than 3 months old, he was like asking for my brother. I was like, what the fuck? That's That is so offensive. Why would you say Uncle Jet before mama? Like, he even said Uncle Jet. Uncle Jet. I was like, that's fucked up. That's so fucked up. um, do I vaccinate? I did. I did for quite a bit, and my children all had seizures. They had seizures after vaccinations, and being the good sheep that I am, I kept vaccinating. And it took me getting an official diagnosis of Asperger's for one of my children to be like, okay, fuck that shit. Those are seizures. Because I kept telling the doctors, and the doctors kept telling me, oh, they're just, well, since we haven't observed it, maybe they're just being startled while they're asleep. Yeah, if they're startled while they're sleeping, then that means you can wake them up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, "But I can't wake my child up." "Oh, they're probably in a deep sleep." Are you fucking out of your mind? Yeah. No, don't be sorry. These are things people need to, be aware of. You know, I'm not really one of those people who just jump on bandwagons. I have my beliefs because of the things that I lived through. So we're not we're not friendly with that stuff. We're just not. We're not friendly with it because of the fact that um everything that we went through with my children. And then some of my kids, they were very heavily damaged. Their um immune function, their digestive function, just basically everything. Because we lived next door to a agricultural land while we lived in California. And I did not know this when we purchased the house. Um, they do aerial spraying of those fields. And so anything pesticides that are sprayed, it has about a 2 to 3 mile blow over. And yep, all my kids that were conceived at that house, they had some very serious health concerns. Um, oh, you don't either? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. She said it. I'm so sorry for your loss. Wow. Um, I should try to parenting. Most people don't quite understand how I parent. Um, I'm just a different kind of mom. I not necessarily that I'm better, I'm just very different because I don't lie to my kids, I don't sugarcoat things with my kids. I explain things to them in an age appropriate way. Like, I don't know. I feel like kids really know way more than what we give them credit for, and lying to them teaches them that lying is okay. Like if my oldest doesn't want me to know something, I mean, I give him his privacy. I don't just grill him, but and I usually know everything anyways. But if he wants his privacy, if I ask him a direct question, um, instead of lying to me, he'll just be like, "I gotta go. I gotta do something in my room." Mhm. At least you ain't lying. But you have to give them space to, like, have their experience and stuff like that. But, like, I've tried the timeout. I've tried spanking for I wanna say we tried that for, like, probably not even a year. It was horrible. It was horrible. I allowed someone to convince me that I was being a bad parent by not spanking, and that my child was spoiled because he'd never been spanked before. And I totally am just like the kind of parent where, like now, if I want my kids to stop, I'll ask them one time, "Okay, could you please stop? It's overloading my sensory." And if they don't stop, then I tell them again, "Hey, I already asked you, and if you're going to keep that up, I'm going to be overloaded and it's going to put me in a bad mood. And you know how long it takes me to get out of a bad mood. So, do you really want to deal with me like that?" Because that's not something I can really help. I haven't been able to snap out of bad moods, you know? And so they know, like, by the second time I ask you to stop something, it's not because I'm just trying to tell you what to do. It's not because I don't care and, I don't want you to have fun. It's because right now I'm being overly stimulated and I don't have the ability to process that. And it overloads me and then I become cranky and it's just a pain in the ass to deal with me when I'm cranky. And they don't want to deal with it. So they're like, okay, well, we'll go outside. Thank you. um, oh, thank you, Louise. Thank you. I don't know if I'm an amazing communicator with my kids. I just talk to them like they're my best friends. Like if your best friend is annoying you, you'd be like, "Can you stop?" And if they don't, like you're annoying me. you know? I was very strict with my oldest. Like, very strict. Not mean strict, but, like, you couldn't have any candy, you can't have any processed foods, no eating out, like, everything that you're supposed to do to be a good parent. And, I don't know. I think because I devoted so much of my time to him, it didn't turn out badly. We have a very good relationship. Him and his dad are best friends. They'd be giggling. They have their own inside jokes. I'm like, "What are you guys laughing about?" And they're like, "Oh, nothing. You won't know." You can't tell me? What is this shit? When did I get pushed out of the circle of trust? What the fuck? Y'all better tell me. I better be laughing right along with you. Oh, your son went through it between you and your dad. Dang. Yeah, same here, Glenda. Like, yeah, the first time I've been a mom for more than a few hours to like run an errand, and then that's rare. First time for me to go on a trip without everyone was I think like 2 years ago. And even then I was like, oh my God, why am I leaving my family? Am I into the holistic field? I wanted to become a naturopathic doctor. Um, I mean, I like holistic living. I don't quite know what you mean by holistic field. It was, Louise, it was so hard. My first trip without them, I left the country. It was so hard. I I went to Peru, and I will tell y'all, I wanted to adopt every child. It was like, who can I feed? Who can I feed? Who can I clothe? I just love kids so much. It's ridiculous. I know, I went super hard, and I'll tell you guys a little secret. Every night I cried. I was like, I can't believe I left my kids every night. And I would do it really quiet so the girl that went with me wouldn't hear me. I was like, I'm so selfish. Yeah, and then I would spend like 5 minutes after I finished crying, like, "Girl, suck it up. Suck it up. You already got on the plane. You're already in a different country. Suck it up. You can't be." Yeah, no, it was crazy. It was crazy. It was super crazy of an experience. But the thing that made me able to get through that, I considered flying home early. It's fucked up, right? I went there with someone, and I knew their plane ticket left on a specific date. After the second day, I almost died too. It was pretty bad. Like, literally. I probably should have went to the hospital. I got really bad altitude sickness. Oh my god, but that helped me to really understand that my husband is absolutely capable of taking care of them. No one's gonna lose any phalanges. There's not gonna be limbs missing. There's not gonna be some sort of horror story. One of the children got kidnapped by a cartel. I had this whole like, I'm gonna come home to a child missing. Oh my god. And it's not that my husband's not able to care for the children. Obviously, he's able to. It's just I was so insecure with that. It totally felt like unless I was physically there taking care of them, then something bad would happen. And going on that trip is probably the best thing I could have done, because it showed me beyond a shadow of a doubt that the person that I've chosen to be the father of my children and my life partner, perfectly fine. He's got it. He's got it covered. He's perfectly fine. Um, oh wow. Oh, it was just food poisoning. No, girl, okay, let me tell you. 57% at 11:11. So we get off this plane, and we landed in Cusco, which is really high, but I was in Denver area for quite some time before I went. So, oh, no, actually, that's me rewinding my life tape. Just pull it back, girl, pull it back. So we were primarily based in the Denverish, Colorado area. And then I decided to stay with my then personal assistant in Texas for I think like 2 or 3 months. And then I got on a plane in Texas. I think I was in Houston. No. No. One of those places. One of those places, I was on an airplane and I flew over to New Jersey because, we're flying to Peru, so why not fly to New Jersey? So I met my trip companion in New Jersey. And for whatever reason, because I bought the plane tickets, so we get the same, there'd be no mess up. I bought our plane tickets together, and I asked her what is the name on your passport? Like, how do you spell it? Because I wanted to, I have a lot of Virgo energy. And then she told me one name, and we go to the counter. Why would you tell me that name if that's not the name on your document? And then they said they had like the marriage certificate and all of that, so it would be all good. And I was like, okay, I'll believe you. We get to the counter, and the guy's like, sorry, can't let you on the plane. He checked me in. I was like, what? Yes, you can. Don't play. And he was telling us that it's better that he stops us from getting on the plane stateside versus being out of the country and then being stuck. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit, dude? What the fuck? So it's like an hour or so before our flight, she's grounded. And I was like, I don't want to go by myself. This is a fucking different country. I don't even speak the language. I, at the time, was a size 1. All like 100 pounds of me would be very easy to steal in a different country. I was like, holy shit, I cannot go by myself. And at the very last minute, because my family, we were in an RV. I lived in an RV for about 3.5 years. They took me to the airport deep in Texas. And as soon as I left the RV to California, so there was no flying anyway. I didn't know where they were. I know it takes, like a couple days. I told them not to rush. I was like, holy fucking shit. I cannot be stranded in New Jersey where they tried to kill me as soon as I got out of the airport. Who drives a big rig to the airport? Tell me that. So someone decided to drive a big rig to a New Jersey airport. I think it's like LaGuardia or some shit like that. Or I don't know. Look it up. It's in New Jersey. And some people came to meet me because my freaking travel buddy wasn't at the airport yet. I arrived like 12 hours too early. My life, you guys, my life. I arrived like 12 hours too early from Texas, and I figured, well, I know a couple in New Jersey. Maybe we could just hang out for a couple hours. They arrived, the couple, and so I came out of the airport with my backpack because I was going to backpack it. My backpack weighed almost as much as me. And their car was parked by the curb, and I was putting my backpack in the trunk, and I looked back. Behind us was a big rig. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Why would they have that here? And then I get in the back seat. Oh, I get in the car, and the big rig's beside us all of a sudden. And then commotion. And I was just in the front seat like, what the fuck did I get into? And then they dragged the driver of the big rig. The police dragged the guy, like hog-tied him in the middle of the fucking street and carried it out like across. And no, they couldn't bring him into the airport. They left him right outside my fucking door window. And he was kneeling there, like bloody and drunk. And his eyes were like black. And he was just looking at me. And I was like, oh, good God. This man has a demon. Oh, my God. What the fuck did I come into? And I was just like, that's right, motherfucker. You couldn't kill me. They stopped you before you could run the car over. Yeah, he literally would have run over the car. I was like, "Fuck this shit, man. I'm rolling up my window. Bring him somewhere else." And I go and have breakfast with them. And then they take me back to the airport, and then my travel buddy comes. And then we're chatting, and it's so exciting, and it's time to go check in. And I'm like, "Bitch, what you mean that's not your name?" I'm sorry. What? What? How are you gonna tell me a different name? Like, I asked you even how to spell it. Why would you tell me a different name? So, long story short, that all happened, right? I was like, "Fuck that shit. I'm not staying in New Jersey." And at the very last minute, like 5 minutes before they were cutting everything off and they were gonna close the door to the plane, I was like, "Okay, okay, can you check my bag in?" And he was like, "Sorry." They locked it, and I was like, "How am I stuck in New Jersey?" But it's fine. It's fine because we ended up buying new tickets. For some reason, my frugal ass was like, "I think we need travel insurance." Where normally I'd be like, "Fuck that shit, I'm not paying an extra 50 bucks for travel insurance. Are you kidding me?" No, that day when I purchased those plane tickets, "Oh, travel insurance sounds good." So we got a refund. It took a while, but we got a refund on the first plane tickets, and we got a new plane that instead of the first plane was gonna take us from New Jersey, we're going to Peru. If you're not familiar with geography, Peru is south, south of New Jersey. Oh no, the first plane was going to take us up to Canada. I was like, how is that cheaper? Going to Canada is cheaper than just going straight to Peru. How is that cheaper? Well, long story short, the first plane that went to Canada that wouldn't let me on the fucking plane, um, they got stranded by a blizzard. So instead of that, we ended up going through Bogota, I think El Salvador as well. El Salvador, Bogota. I think there was another one too. I can't remember. We did like a tour of the northern portion of South America. And then finally we landed in Cusco. Usually people tell you you should land in Lima and take the bus to Cusco so you can acclimate. No, I thought I was badass. I was like, fuck that shit. I got this shit. I work energy. We got this. We land in Cusco and I was like, oh, I'm feeling a little, a little weird. And then we start walking. Oh, I'm probably just out of breath because I'm tired. We enter the airport and they have how many life-size paintings of Michael in a skirt and 3/4 sleeve with bell ruffles. I was like, you can't make this shit up. I was like, Michael, who the fuck dressed you like that? And yeah. And so we get through. Um, Mind you, we have no plans. We decided we're gonna go to Cusco and on a specific day, we're gonna go to Machu Picchu and we just figure it out. From the time we land to Machu Picchu Day, from Machu Picchu Day until it's time to go home, we just gonna figure it out. And as we were leaving the airport, we probably should have got kidnapped because I mean, I was the size of a child. Like, no joke. I was wearing children's clothing. And this guy stopped us right as we were about to exit to ask for a taxi. He goes, I'll give you guys a ride. I was like, okay. No. Looking back, I'm just amazed that I've survived life. I'm so serious. I'm just so amazed at how I have survived this long. So me and my girlfriend, we get in the taxi with him. So it wasn't even a taxi. That shit was just an SUV. And then we're like laughing and giggling. And um, I forgot what we were talking about. And this guy, 70% at 11:22. I think I was joking. Oh, he was telling us about altitude sickness and and that you could drink coca tea, is the tea leaves. And I was like, La coca, no, I was fucking around. And he goes, "Oh, you want some?" And I was like, "Some tea? No, I can get you the best. We have the best." I was like, "The best what?" And then I looked at my girlfriend, and I was like, "Did we look at any of his ID?" And she goes, mind you, we're both live streaming on our phones. I was like, "I think we're gonna die." And she goes, "Well, we're live streaming." And I was like, "I know, but I think where's he taking us?" We didn't know where he was taking us. And then he stops at some like it looked like a block or half a block away from an open air market. And I was like, "Oh my God, they're gonna sell us. Oh shit, they're gonna sell us. He's gonna broker us to the highest bidder." Oh my God. And she gets out of the car and we go into his office and I'm kind of just following behind her like if we're fucked, you're going first. She sits down with her coca tea and I sat down with my coca tea and then he showed us all of these different plans because apparently not only was he a taxi driver, he also worked for a travel company that helps you build these little packages. So after that, he took us to he got us a private guide, and I loved our private guide. I so loved him. He was amazing. I forget his name now, but he was amazing. And so he takes us back to the hotel, and I'm like, "This is the shit. We got a cute ass room. There's a big ass like photo of a llama over my bed. Fuck yeah." I was feeling it. And I was like, "Girl, do you want to just take a nap real quick before we go out?" And she said, "Yes." So I took a nap and I woke up and I felt amazing. And then 5 minutes later, I was like, "Oh my God, I think I'm dying." Yeah, I was dizzy. I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was gonna have the runs and die and vomit at the same time, and the world was spinning. And I totally was like, maybe I just need to sleep more." Yeah, and then I called the front desk. I think she had mentioned it was, altitude sickness, and then because there was Wi-Fi, I went ahead and Googled up symptoms of altitude sickness, and I had all of them, every single last one. And so I was like, "I think I have to go to the ER." And then I created this whole scenario in my head that that was the place where we were gonna really be sold. I was like, "I don't think they have Uber here." I was like half dead. And she's like, "Are you sure you want to go to the hospital?" I was like, "I think we're going to get screwed if we go to the hospital." They're going to steal everything. And so I called the front desk and they said that an oxygen tank, like a full size oxygen tank. And I was like, "Okay, can you bring it to my room?" Do you guys know how much an oxygen tank weighs? Let's see. No, I want the full size. Oh, okay. So from what I read, it's about 150 pounds, possibly more. This shit was huge, okay? It was huge. And the guy goes, "No, you have to come to the office." And I was like, "Do you not care? I'm about to die." Because the hotel that we went to, the hostel, it's I don't know what the fuck they were thinking when they made it. It's beautiful. I loved it, but not when I'm dying. So you have to go down like 2 flights of stairs. It's almost like its own little village inside there, and then you have to go up another flight of stairs and then you get to the room. So I would have to go down a flight of stairs, up a flight, up another flight, and then another flight, and then go through the main corridor, and then go down another fucking flight of stairs. I was like, "I'm gonna die. I can't even sit up." And I got pissed off and I hung up on him. I think I might have said a few bad words before I did that. And then I thought he was totally gonna, like, call back. He didn't. I was like, "It's been 5 minutes, he's not even gonna call. What if I die in here?" And then I was thinking, like, "What the fuck is wrong with my girlfriend? Why is she not offering to carry me out there? I'm only, like, 100 pounds." Mind you, I think I was a little taller than her. I was just like, "Oh my god, what am I gonna do without Frey?" And this is the point where I realized how much my husband takes care of me. This is the point. And so I called back and I demanded that he fucking carry that tank to my room. It's not that far. And he was like, "There's no one else here at the hotel right now. You have to come to the thing." And I said, "No, you need to bring it to my room." He goes, "Okay, just wait for me." 30 minutes later, this fucker's not yet in the room. And I'm just like, I don't think he's coming. I don't think he's coming. And so what ended up happening, um, and I was like, he's so ridiculous. He's so inconsiderate. I don't even know how he got a job as like, I don't know, whatever he is. I was really pissed off. And so I literally like crawled up the stairs and scooted my butt down the stairs because I was getting to that oxygen tank. And I get there and he's like, "Hello, ladies." It turns out he was, like, not even 5 feet tall, and I think he must have been, like, 70 years old. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I have a shitty attitude." He was so small. I was like, "I am so sorry, señor. Lo siento muy mal, muy mal." Muerto. It's all the fucking single words that I could remember in Spanish is what I was saying, and he was just put on the mask, and so I did, and I laid there, and I was like, "I love life." That mask was my best fucking friend for the next 2 days because that's just not funny if you have altitude sickness. Hmm. Apparently, they sell, and that coca shit did not help me any because I had coca tea throughout the whole day. I had coca candy. I mean, it wasn't doing shit for me. It really wasn't. Eventually, I kind of sort of acclimated. Luckily, Machu Picchu is a lot lower than Cusco because we get to Machu Picchu. Oh shit, the air. There's fucking air in Machu Picchu. My ass, I think it must have been about a 70-pound rucksack. Heaven fucking forbid I not travel abroad with about 20 pounds of crystals and all kind of shit. I couldn't leave that at the hotel room at Cusco because the whole purpose of me going to Peru was to charge those items in Machu Picchu. So I'm fucking carrying around a rucksack that's like 70 pounds and or no 50 pounds and I felt so damn good. I was like back and forth hiking up and down. It was, I got it. And then we get back to we get back to Cusco because that's like home base, and we go back to our regular tour guide person, and he takes us to Rainbow Mountain. And I thought I was the shit. I was like, I'm acclimated. I'm acclimated. I got this. Let's go to Rainbow Mountain. Let's hike, take pictures of this beautiful. And we drove for a couple hours with our amazing personal tour guide. And we get there and I get out of the car. I'm like, let's go. Oh, shit. I'm staying in the car. Just take some pictures. I asked him, do you have oxygen? He goes, no, I have agua de Florida. I was like, what the fuck is that going to do for me? He was blessing me with Florida water. I was just like, I'm going to fucking die in Peru. This place hates me. So the tour guide and the person that went with me, they went hiking to go see the beautiful mountains. I said, a mountain's a mountain. I don't give a shit at this point. I'm gonna stay in the car. And I started having a hard time breathing. And there was like a 12 passenger van across the parking lot from us. They were a tour group. And they opened the door and everyone got out. And I happened to see they had like a small oxygen tank. So they all left. And I was like, "Does this guy have any weapons in his car?" I was like, "If I have to steal that oxygen tank, I'll fucking steal it. I if I can find something." Yeah, I yeah, no, no. I was just like, "But girl, we can't even breathe." It was the elevation. I was like, "You can't fight anyone in this condition." So I ended up fucking sniffing Florida water the whole time. And I also did the novena. I don't know if you guys are Catholic, but I sniffed Florida water and I did the novena and I've made all these like deals with God. Like, I promise I won't fight with Michael anymore. Just get me back to the hotel room. I want the oxygen. No answer, no nothing. I was like, Michael, please make them come back. Make them come back to the car. I can't breathe anymore. Like my lips were starting to turn purple. Y'all, did not tell you I have some fucking lung issues. Yeah, I was like, I'm so scared. I can't even call my family to say goodbye. I couldn't even call them to say goodbye because I was gonna die on Rainbow Mountain. Y'all, the shit that I was giving up. I was like, I wonder if it would be better if I drank the Florida water. That shit didn't do nothing. Actually, the Florida water did do I don't know what it did. I don't know. Maybe it chased away the demons that were telling me I was gonna die there. Oh my god. Yeah, so they came back and my girlfriend was like, "Mama, there were so many." I said, "Girl, get in the car." "Oh, but there's a lot." "No, get in the fucking car. We need to go down in altitude." She's like, "Are you okay?" My lips are purple. Do I look okay? So they he drove us back down before we were even halfway down the summit. I was like, "Oh, I can breathe. Y'all want to go back?" And they were just like, "You need to go to the hotel room." But I can breathe now. Yeah, no, but we're halfway down. So that's how it went. And then we had another day where I convinced the first guy that should have kidnapped us, the first guy, the travel guy. I wanted to see Laguna, I believe Laguna 69. Hold on. It has glacial water that's like turquoise. Yes, Laguna 69. Y'all need to look that up. So I told him I want to go to Laguna 69 and he said it was a trek and then I got him to throw in horses. So we are going to go horseback riding. And I was like, "Yes! We'll go horseback riding up the mountain, check out the lake, get some pictures for Insta. We're doing it for the gram." I was going to be so amazing. And then he told me we're gonna have to hike back down. Are you fucking kidding me? We can't do that. You need to leave me on the horse, and the horse can hike down. And he goes, "No, it's too steep or some bullshit." I say it was bullshit because even if it was steep, just duct tape me to the fucking horse and get me down. Just duct tape me to the horse and get me down. And he said no. So I was like, "Well, we're not. That's not going to work." My whole attitude came out. That's not gonna work. You're gonna have to find me something I was like, "Girl, who the fuck are you talking to people like this?" I don't know. It was the oxygen deprivation. I was just, I don't know what it was, but we didn't go. And instead, we took a tour somewhere else. I don't remember where. It was some big ass field, just a bunch of fields, and I don't know, stone stuff. I don't know. And then he was supposed to give us a ride to the airport the next day, but I think he was so pissed off that I got all bitchy with him. He decided not to pick us up for the airport. And I was like, "I don't think he's coming." "Oh, he will." "I don't think he will." I'm pretty sure he's pissed at me. Yeah. Mhm. I was just like, "This motherfucker. He ain't coming, girl. He ain't coming. We need another ride." I was in Peru for I don't know. It was all a blur. There wasn't much oxygen in Cusco. It was all a fucking blur. It was all a blur. Yeah, so I wanna say like 10 days. I think it was like 10 days. So while we were there, I was like the shaman because when we went to Machu Picchu, we took the train. Y'all, so many opportunities to kidnap me. So many. We took the train and we get there and we were told there was supposed to be someone holding a sign with my name. Tell me why the whole train station's cleared out. Ain't nobody standing there with a sign. I'm like, maybe they wrote it in Peru. In Peru language. Y'all, I was just trying to make up excuses. I was like, these motherfuckers left us. Ain't no one coming for us, girl. We better just start walking. And so we start walking and we trekked it like hella far on foot. And I was like, I think the hotel is over here. I don't know why my travel buddy listened to anything I say. Hello, oxygen deprivation. I can't gelocate anything. So I took us about 2 miles too far on foot. And we ended up going to this crystal shop that someone had told me about. And it happens to have crystals that are primarily mined from Machu Picchu. The shop owner is a local shaman. I was like, holy shit. Holy shit. And so that was amazing. That was amazing. She told me, because like I bought all kinds of shit for my, all kinds of like little gifts for my, at the time I had a subscription group and that was going to be the first thing. So I was going to get them a whole bunch of stuff from Peru. And this lady's like talking to me. We're haggling about prices and we start talking. And then I told her, "Do you mind if I say something?" And she goes, "No, go ahead." And I was just like, "You're so sad. Are you okay?" We start talking. And I ended up doing a reading for her, and she loved me so much. She goes, "You have to stay in my hotel," because it was part of a hotel. And I was like, "We already have a room. You have to, when you come back, you have to stay here." And I was like, "Okay." And she said she liked me so much that she needed me to own chonta. And I was like, "What's that? Is that a crystal?" And no, it's wood. It's a type of wood, and it's a very sacred wood, kind of like Palo Santo, but they used it more for like, I don't know, ceremonies and stuff, not to burn it. And she had a huge walking stick. I was like, "Girl, what am I going to do with that?" I still have to fly home. I can't have that. And so we left there. And before we went home, um, we ended up going to this open air market again. And it was kind of like they built shed walls around maybe 2 blocks worth of, I don't know, I think someone dropped a bomb there. I don't fucking know what it was. It literally inside looked like someone dropped a bomb. And the I guess there was concrete there before, like pathways, but it was all just rubble and you kind of had to just walk over it. I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna twist my ankle. But I didn't because I was paying attention. It was at that point I was like, I really need to pay attention. I can't be fucking around right now. I can't. My squirrel mind needs to be focused on the objective. And I made it. And I happened to come across a shop that had chonta spears. They were like, I want to say the smaller one was about this big, and the bigger one was probably that big. They were big. They were big. They were just made of wood that was shaped into like a spear, like this long of a spear top, and then a handle. I was like, fuck yeah. Mind you, I only went there with a backpack, okay? With a backpack. And what ended up happening, I bought it. I bought both of them. And I was like, I'm going to bling this shit out. They were gorgeous. Well, no, They weren't gorgeous when I got them. They were gorgeous after I was done with them. But that was like, I think the day before we had to leave. And we get back to the hotel, and I'm like, I have to rearrange all my stuff. I'm over here cussing out Pedro. I don't know if you guys know, I have a fairy that followed me home from Peru. His name is Pedro. But he took my glycolic acid pads, that they're facial pads. He took the whole jar the first day. I rummaged through all my things. I couldn't find it. He took my fucking glycolic peel pads. And I was like, I fucking hate you. So the last night we were there, I was repacking everything, still hadn't found it. And then I realized the spears are not going to fit. I can't conceal them. And so what I ended up doing, I told Michael, you better help me get this shit back home. I went ahead and I stuck it in the side of my backpack. And it stuck out the top of my backpack this much, like the spear part. And I was like, well, that's a little too obvious. So I took a grocery bag. I took a grocery bag and I put it on the very top, and I just wrapped it around. And then I walked through about 3 international airports with a spear in my backpack, 2 of them. And my very last flight, I landed in Mexico City. I landed in Mexico City with my backpack and like a shipping box of stuff. And they told me I'm not allowed to bring coca leaves out of Peru. I can't have that in my luggage. But I sure as hell had coca candy. You can't make cocaine out of the candy. It's already processed, okay? That was my logic. What am I going to do? You can't do shit with this. It's just candy. So I stuck it in the box, and we go to the baggage claim because I had to switch to a completely different plane. I go to the baggage claim, and I get my box, and I put it on my thingy, my roller thingy, and the most adorable dog sat in front of my box in Mexico City. And I was like, oh, you're so cute. Get the fuck away from my box. I was like, oh, you're so cute. And luckily, the person handling the dog looked me up and down. And mind you, at that time, I was about 100 pounds, wearing toddler clothes as I traveled. Like, I literally was wearing clothes from the children's section. I don't know, it fits me. So she just looked me up and down, and she let me go. I was like, oh my God, I almost went to Mexican jail. Yeah. Hmm. So I got through that. And then I was walking through the airport to get to the next terminal. Just like with all the other fucking airports that I went through, they put my bag through. They put my bag through the X-ray machine. The trip ends the same way it began. I try and play like really stupid as they're X-raying my bag, like just just life confuses me, and they took my bag, and the older guy in charge was like, "Señora," and I was like, "Hello, señor." You were like that to me. I'm sorry, did I do something? I'm going like, I'm sorry, did I do something? And he's like, we need to speak to you. And I was like, what's wrong? Like, still playing stupid. And he took the plastic bag off of the tip of both spears. He holds it up and he goes, and I was like, oh no, that's it's spiritual. It's for Jesus. It's for Jesus. And he goes, you could kill someone with this. You could stab the pilot. I said, oh no. Do you not see how small I am? I'm so small. I could never do that. I'm not a violent person. Yeah, the spear. He said I was gonna. No, I wouldn't do that. And then I said, por favor, señor. Órale pues. No, I didn't say that part. I was like, por favor, señor. And he handed me the plastic bag. He goes, cover it good. Don't tell anyone about this. Yes, yes. So he let me through. Needless to say, I did not kill the pilot. I didn't stab anyone with a spear or any of that. But at the very start, when I took that plane from Texas to New Jersey, I was carrying with me, I don't know if you guys know this, I make selenite swords. They're made of crystal, right? It's all crystal. The whole thing is crystal. And the couple that I was meeting had purchased 2 swords, and then my travel buddy also had purchased a sword. So I had 3 swords in flagpole boxes from USPS. And they were, I'm not checking that shit in. Do you realize how much one of those swords cost? I don't think so. I'm not refunding that much money. I don't think so. And so I was going to hand carry it. And what's interesting is sometimes if you look, you can see what it looks like when your bag is being x-rayed. They look like weapons. It was actually pretty impressive. They look like literal killing utensils. And so TSA took all 3 swords, brought it to their supervisor. And he keeps looking at me, looking at the swords, looking at me, looking at the swords. And he goes, what are these for? I was like, oh, they're decorative pieces. And he was like, these look like weapons. I was like, oh, no, sir. That's made of selenite. That's a very soft stone. If you hit it on something, it will break. And he told me I had to check it in. I was like, no. That will break. And he said, well, we'll let you go this time, but next time you have to check it in. Something like this has to be underneath the plane. To which I said, fuck yeah. Yeah, like I'm really going to do that. So they went ahead and they groped me real good. Went through all my shit to make sure I didn't have any more contraband. And then they let me on the plane. So it was an amazing experience. The logic of it, there's no cutting edge on these, like literally no cutting edge. Unless you want to be trapped. Don't bring them on an airplane. I'm just saying. Yeah, I make them. I make them all sorts of different sizes and decorations and stuff. This one I made for my husband. So this is a chakra channel trademark. It's a chakra channel, and then it has different stones for different reasons. Herkimer diamond right there. The Herkimer diamond amplifies the metaphysical properties of whatever stone you put it on. And so this is black amber, which is very, very good with like energetic attacks, hooks and cords. It helps to not just protect you from it, it helps to repair the damage too. But yeah, I used to auction them every week. Every week I used to have an auction on my Facebook page. Yeah. And now I don't. So yeah, that's about a week of my life. Now y'all know how my life goes in a week's time. Yeah, I don't have a regular life. I have one that's just very, you got that on a plane. I can't believe I went through how many airports getting back home. Nobody questioned the spear until I got to Mexico City. I'm like, motherfuckers, don't be telling me you have to follow rules. You trying to tell me there's no rule breaking in Mexico? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay. You need me to grease you a little bit? But I didn't have any cash. All I had was like whatever cash from Peru. So I wasn't greasing anything. I couldn't. I couldn't. But it was fun. It was definitely fun seeing what I could get away with. Um, I think I was in Peru for about 10 days. For about 10 days. I was supposed to go back. Um, I think it was last year or was it this year? I don't know. I was supposed to go back, but I decided to have a different type of workshop instead. Holy shit. I would have been stranded. Holy shit. Wow. I would have been stranded. I absolutely would have been stranded. I was planning to go end of April, early May. That's around the time they cut off international travel. Yeah. Holy shit. I don't know. Michael always makes sure that all my trips go according to whatever plan that keeps me the safest. Like I had a retreat over in September, um, and I didn't realize Yellowstone closes for the season. I didn't realize that, but Michael told me a specific date, and I was like, okay, and that's the date that I set, and it just so happened when we went, that was the last few days that Yellowstone was open. Like, wow. um, Nikki who? Yeah, no, I am. I'm definitely protected. And I don't say that out of ego. I know I'm here in this life to do, I don't know what, do something important, I guess. And so, you can't exactly have me mangled. You just can't. I'm not allowed to be mangled. I'm not allowed to be kidnapped or any of that. I just do my work. Um, yeah, I come across really crazy ass shit constantly. Um, oh yeah, I don't think she was there at the time. Um, I don't think she was there at the time, Kathy. But yeah, I come across really crazy things, like just really crazy things. Like if I hadn't listened, if I had done anything different, it would have ended really badly. Derek, you think I'm here to save and guide souls? I don't think I'm here to save anyone. I don't have the attitude for saving. My attitude is a little too much. And you know, you guys might notice I do laugh quite a bit because I can't take shit seriously. I can't take life seriously. I just can't because it's crazy. Oh, that's right. I'm not allowed to say. No, you guys. I am not necessarily mad. I think it's like 3 comments today that were just like, what are you even fucking talking about? And I'm not necessarily mad. I'm just not done being sarcastic about them. That's how I process. That's how I process. Maybe you guys can help me to understand this. Okay. So this channel exists because um, I'm supposed to help deliver messages that I don't know who needs these messages. I don't know what the messages are ahead of hand. Um, I just, I'm not even a tarot card reader. I'm not an oracle card reader. I just have the cards to really get my ADHD to calm down because I have some raging ass ADHD and I can't focus for shit. In case you haven't noticed, I can't focus for shit. And I use the cards to help me focus. And really, the cards are sending messages to people that are needing the message. And I don't quite understand why. And this is free, right? Do you guys pay for YouTube? I mean, if you do, it's not to watch me. You can watch me for free. So I don't understand why people make the comments of like they want me to read a certain way, they want me to speak a certain way, they want me to look a certain way. I can only use certain terms. I can't talk about certain things. And to me, it's kind of just like, I don't understand that. Like, if you don't like the way I read, if you don't like the messages that I deliver, the way I deliver it, the way I how I laugh too much, I'm not serious enough, why watch me? Why waste your time even making the comment? Because I'm not going to change myself unless I'm being excessively hurtful just because I'm in a bad mood and I recognize that. I'm not going to change anything about myself. I've worked far too hard to embrace myself as I am, to change myself for your preference so that I can give you free readings in a way that you prefer. I'm just like, why continue to watch me then? You know what I mean? Um, and sometimes the thing that I want to ask them is like, who invited you here? Because I didn't tell you about this channel. I didn't tell you to click it. I didn't give some sense of like I didn't deliver on something that I was promising you. Like I just don't understand this. It's almost like a sense of entitlement. Do you guys notice that, or is that just me? Am I just being extra sensitive? Because if I'm just being extra sensitive and you guys tell me that, I'll totally take that into consideration. I won't take it as like you're being mean to me or criticizing me, but it just is crazy to me. It's crazy to me that people would have such expectations. One person, this was a while back, um, they said they didn't want to see my face. They wanted my camera just focused on the cards, and they didn't want to see my face. They wanted to see the message. Um, I am the message though. If you buy me the equipment so that it will just be on the cards, I'm okay with that. I really don't want my face seen anyways. Yeah, that's why I don't understand why I have to go live according to my higher self, because really the work that it's wanting me to do can be done like on a podcast. You don't have to see my face. But people have these comments and I'm just like, huh, what part of your consciousness is this coming from? Is it the elevated part? Or is it the part that's been commandeered by demonic things? Because that's that's interesting. That's interesting. Um, yeah, it's and that's the thing. They're like, I don't want to see you. I want to see the message. I am the message, fool. It's like, um, yeah. Yeah. It's just like, you don't want to see my face? Close your eyes. It's that simple. Put your phone down. Like you could listen to me like this. Yeah, phone down. You don't got to see my face. You're choosing to see my face. So I don't know. People like, and then the whole thing of like, I laugh too much. Would you rather I be pissed off? Would you rather I be very serious without any emotion? Would that help you guys? I'm sorry, I laugh. I can't help it. I can't help it. This is just hilarious to me. Ah, you wanna see my face, Bellanova? Um, Jaden Ramsey. Do I know you from somewhere? It's like that name is familiar. I don't know why. I tend to not pay attention to them. Today was such an amazing day, and I think there was just a part of me that didn't feel satisfied because I didn't have anything to be pissed about today. Because just a reminder, I'm an angry person. I have anger issues. And so I looked in the comments and I was like, oh, this bitch. Oh, that bitch. Oh, really? Really? So I don't know. Those are the only things that even poked me just a little bit today. And I'm not even angry. It's just, why do you even comment these things? It's just, to me, it's crazy because of the fact, um, crazy as it, and you know what? I really, now I'm upset because I really hate the fact that I have to second guess my use of the word crazy. That's really upsetting to me, to um, have this like thing put out there earlier today where, because I had referenced crazy Pisces. Unbalanced Pisces are crazy. I'm not talking about mental health. Okay. I myself have mental health struggles, and I'm not ashamed of that. I suffer from depression along with a few other things, and I have no problem with people knowing that. When people call me crazy, it doesn't make me feel bad because I know I'm not crazy. Okay. I question my sanity, all of these things, and I had to work through that insecurity, the stigma of the word crazy, for me to get to a place where I'm no longer triggered by the word crazy. And I just really, really am very rubbed wrong by the fact that now it's like, so you've watched me for how long, and you see that I kind of just speak, I just spew things. It's never really directed at anyone. It's never really meant to be derogatory on a personal level. Sometimes I use adjectives, sentence enhancers like fuck. And okay, focus. But I hate the fact that anyone who's watched me for a period of time, any period of time, would really think that I would be okay with a whole fucking diatribe of why I need to be careful about hurting people's feelings. You know, well, no, not all Pisces is crazy. Not all Pisces is crazy. Not the kind of crazy that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about mental health crazy. I'm talking about crazy where um, they have some sort of imbalance within themselves, within their energy, that causes them to seek out drama, that causes them to be hurtful and harmful intentionally to other people. That, yeah, I'm talking about that kind of Pisces. Because there are some that out there that are like that. And the people who come on the Piscean readings and talk about like Pisces this and Pisces that in a negative way, you dealt with an unbalanced Pisces. There's a huge difference. Every sign has a portion that's unbalanced, and they take on and amplify the negative aspects of that zodiac sign. So it's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And then to turn around and be like, I just felt like I had to speak my truth like you encourage people to do. So your truth has to do with you telling me in not so few words that basically I'm hurting people's feelings and I'm being insensitive. Well, I'm not a sensitive person in that way, you know? Um, and what strikes me as odd is like they never had a problem with this when I was being insensitive to other types of groups or characteristics. It's only when it has to do with their struggle. That if it's something like you just first started watching me and this is the first time you heard me joking around like that, um, being insensitive with my jokes, whatever you want to consider it, and you're like, hey, like, oh my gosh. But if you've been here for months and you've heard me, like, why would you not say something about me being insensitive to cross watchers? Oh, that's right, because it only affects you. This time it affects you. So now it's not okay. Now you should speak your truth like I tell you to speak your truth. I mean, speaking your truth is one thing, but speaking your truth in such a way to try and get someone to modify who they are is not okay. That's not okay. And when I've witnessed, you know what? Hold on. I just thought about it, and no, I can't have that in my space. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on, I'm just looking for it. So yeah, that's not okay to me. It's not. Um, well, okay, so Tahuti. Wait. Did you say you're Tahuti as well? Hold on. All right, Tahuti. So you wrote bipolar, narcissistic, and sociopathic people. I don't want to lump um, all of that into this. It's so easy for people to very nonchalantly, very casually toss around those terms. Um, I don't know if those are applicable. This seems more, instead of me doing armchair psychology, I'm not a psychologist. I'm very sensitive to people's psychology, but I'm not a psychologist. I don't want to speak on that. But I do recognize this as an internal thing being projected. Like, because I'm uncomfortable with this, you shouldn't be talking about this. No, actually, I should. Actually, I should. If I feel called to talk about something, then that's what I talk about. And if that's something that's upsetting to you, um, it's definitely okay with me for you to let me know, like, hey, I'm not sure if you understand, but what you said or did here, it really hurt my feelings. But you don't go ahead and then take it to the next level of, I need to make sure I'm, and I'm going to be really honest. I didn't even read the whole thing. You can't write more than like 5 paragraphs and expect me to read that. If I'm still scrolling after, nope, sorry, you've taken up enough of my time. I'm sorry. This is a video that I did on my free time for free. Yeah, no, if you can't get the meat of what you're needing me to know within the first paragraph, yeah, put it all in the first paragraph because I'm not going to read anything after that. If it's something where you're using this as an opportunity to criticize me, yeah, I'm just not going to read the rest of it. Now, if it's something where you're very drawn to express experiences that you've had, and you just needed to share this, you needed to vent, you don't have anyone else that you can speak to about this, and so this like cyber anonymity that you kind of have makes you feel more that's fine. That's fine. I tend to read all of that and kind of just vibe with you in that way. But yeah, no. If your intent is to very um it was done in a very pompous way where there were just, you could have just said in the first three sentences, I found it hurtful for you to use the term crazy because I've had these experiences. Could you please be mindful of that? Now I would have just been like, okay, but it's kind of me. It's kind of me. Yeah, I don't, y'all. I deleted it. anyways. Ooh, you guys, I love it. I love it when you guys have this, like, because of something that I said, I don't know, whatever it was that I said, um, something just clicks for you and all your puzzle pieces suddenly fit all together and you realize something. That's huge. That's huge. And that's super huge. I read most of the comments. Um, my husband keeps telling me to heart the ones that I read. I don't know why. I've just been really like, I felt like I need to be distant, but at the same time not. But I do read it, you guys. I do. I read all the comments. As many as I can find, I go through them whenever I have a few minutes. I go through them. Yeah, most of the people that comment have the most beautiful things to share. 100% at 12:12. Most of the people who comment have like the most beautiful things to share about their journey, about their realizations, things like that. And it's very inspiring. It really, really is. It's something, I guess you could say, unexpected. Like, I really don't expect people to be affected in that way. To me, the readings that I do is just, we're just hanging out, and I'm just kind of telling you what the cards are are making me think and making me feel. And really that's all it is. But I don't know, I guess for some people, and it's not to bash those people. I don't see it that way. It's just a difference in how we see it. None is more right than the other. But I guess for some people, the readings have become such an integral part of them understanding their journey. And I do have to keep in mind that for some people it is a serious thing. For me, it's not that serious. Um, oh, that is so sweet. That is so sweet. Derek says, I search for you when I'm feeling down. You always make me laugh. Your knowledge is powerful. Thank you. Thank you for that. Um, my husband tries to pretend he's normal, but he's not. He's not into any of this. He's not. He's not into any spiritual stuff. It's just not his thing. Oh, you guys are so sweet. You know, I hope you guys realize you don't need to give me credit for any of that. You were just at a point where you were ready to take that next step forward, and being able to relate to me is what gave you the courage to do that. It was you that did all of that. It was you that grew yourself. It was you that released the things that were holding you back from your growth, from your path. So, I mean, it's beautiful when you guys share these things with me. It really touches me. Um, but I don't deserve that credit. You guys do the work on your own. You're the one that chooses to remain open to hear, to to go ahead and listen. And it's you guys don't give yourself enough credit. It really is that you don't give yourself enough credit, and you have to. Um, that's you guys are so awesome. So yeah, no, my husband is aware of a lot of things. Um, I mean, you can't be married to me and really be normal. Especially we've been together, I think 21 years at this point, or 22. I don't know. It's one of those in over 20 years. I'm not the kind of girl that counts the years. Um, yeah, yeah. That's crazy. Over 20 years. He was definitely right when he said he could love me in ways no one else can. Some people just, some people are just able to. They have the ability to love in such a way that can, um, can help a person heal. Not because they're healing the person, but because their presence creates such a safe space that the person loses their fear of healing. I'm totally the person who, for a long time, um, I've spoken about this before, where people will reject those who have the ability to assist their healing because they've identified themselves as the wound. Their identity is so wrapped up with their wound that if the wound is healed and ceases to exist, then they cease to exist too. And I totally was one of those people where you couldn't tell me nothing. I didn't want to hear nothing. Just, yeah, yeah. And I didn't grow because he forced me to, because he um, tried to intentionally teach me or any of that. I grew simply because he was present. He created such a silence within me that I was able to begin to understand I am not my wounds. I am very wounded, but I am not the wound itself. And the healing of that wound doesn't erase who I am, it just helps to better clarify. Um, oh, that's awesome. You're able to now see things in a balanced perspective. Yeah, Macho Man. My husband is a computer programmer guy. He's like a tech guy. I don't listen to him when he talks about that stuff either. I'm sorry. I don't care about Linux or hold on, what else did you say? C++ JavaScript. He tries to talk to me about that kind of stuff and I'm like, I gotta go. um, oh, thank you, Dara. Did I say your name right? Dara? Um, yeah, I'm just kind of, I don't know. It's been forever since I've done zodiac readings for all the other zodiacs. I don't know when I will start those back up. I I can't do things that my heart is not into. I'm gonna be really honest. Um, my heart's just not into it right now. I don't know what changed, what shifted, that I don't have it in me to do others. I feel like if I did, um, I feel like if I did and I saw something in the cards that I didn't like, um, for the other zodiac signs aside from Pisces, I would probably get very vicious with you. I would become very judgmental. The things that I would say during the reading would not be constructive, they would not be empowering. And I just don't want to do that to people. And I do see the questions of what about the other zodiac signs? I mean, unless you want that type of reading. Yeah, that's why I haven't done it. I feel badly because, um, I know people are waiting. That's why I continue to do the energy updates, and I do the Pisces because I don't do readings for myself. Um, Michael, I don't do readings for myself, and a lot of the like messages that my soul tries to give me, I ignore that shit. Pick and choose, pick and choose. I'm just like you guys. I'm not even joking. I'm just like you guys, where half the time I really don't even want to hear the message. I ignore the message, all of that. So I'm instructed to do the Piscean readings because there's a lot of messages in there that are kind of tucked away from me. Um, thank you, Derek. Thank you, Carmen. And thank you, Smarty Girl. Yeah, I don't know um when I'll get back to doing the other zodiac signs. It takes me a while to get over things. Um I don't even know what I'm needing to get over. That's the crappy part. Something shifted in me and it's kind of difficult to stay balanced and centered within myself. And when I get that way, because I do, I haven't had a bad episode of depression in a long time. Um, but when I do have one of these, I guess you could say episodes, it takes me a while. It takes me a really long time. And most people don't even realize that just like all of you. I go through my own things, my personal things, because when I show up on live streams, like, no biggie, no biggie, right? No one knows what's going, and it's not that I'm hiding things, it's just that I'm able to compartmentalize in such a way that allows me to still show up. And, yeah, and it's just it's a crazy time. The world is crazy right now. It's a crazy time. People are having a crazy experience, and there's no stigma with the word crazy. No stigma except what we give it. There's no there's no need to feel ashamed. Someone called you crazy. Okay, well, the way I see it, me speaking my truth and you think I'm crazy, that's fine. I'm not going to hold it against you that you don't have the ability to expand your consciousness enough to realize your viewpoint is not the only one and your experience is not the only potentiality, the only possibility. And I'm not going to hold it against you that you're not able to um, allow yourself to see beyond your mental cage, your mental prison, you know? But I'm also not gonna let you make me feel bad. Um, Thank you, Bellanova. If it doesn't feel right or authentic to you, you shouldn't do it. You know yourself best and are staying true to that. Yeah, smarty girl. I'm super crazy, at least I'm aware. You can ask any psychologist, psychiatrist, or therapist. Crazy people, clinically crazy people, do not believe they're crazy. They believe it's everyone else. And that's how I know I'm not crazy. Because I'm always holding myself accountable. I'm always analyzing how did I co-create this circumstance? It's never someone did this to me. Why did someone do this to me? No, it's how did I co-create this? What the fuck was I thinking? I'm not going to do that again. Let's see. I am pretty honest. I'm thankful for the time. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I feel crazy sometimes too, but it's okay. It's okay. I tell myself that, hey, you know what? As much as my soul knows, my mind still needs time to process. And that's all it really is. Allowing yourself time to process the experience and really understand what it is you're experiencing. And then it's not so crazy. Like I thought I was crazy because I would hear things, I would see things, I would look it up and like, oh my God, do I have a brain tumor? And I would look it up. Oh my God, am I schizophrenic? No, I'm not schizophrenic. I'm not. Just because you experience symptoms that are very similar to different symptomatic presentation of pathology, mental pathology, psychological pathology, does not mean you're crazy. Um, it is very chaotic right now. What about when you feel it is not so okay? Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean, smarty girl? What about when you feel it is not so okay? My brain's not functioning properly tonight. I'm not understanding. What about when you feel it's not so? Oh, you hear, what are the voices telling you at night? And again, you guys, I'm not a psychologist, therapist, psychiatrist. I'm not licensed to treat, diagnose, or any of that. We just talking. Um, exactly. The people who are called crazy tend to be the ones that aren't. Good night, Justine. So that's a demonic presence. Are you scared of the dark? You know that's not you, so don't listen to that. Do not listen to that. If you need professional help, don't be ashamed to ask for it. Don't be ashamed to seek it out. Um, that's not you. You already know that. You know it's not you. So I think there are. things trying to incept thoughts, but you're very sensitive to energy, and so it's not working. Um, and I know this for a fact because that used to happen to me years ago, many, 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 many years ago, before I had children. I would hear that at night too. Mhm. I would hear that at night. I would hear a lot of crazy things, a lot of crazy things. Yes, it's something outside of you. And as long as you allow yourself to really recognize this is not me, these are not my thoughts, um, that's good. Don't let that be taken in like it's yours because it's not. Don't take ownership of that. Those are not your thoughts, not your words, not your energy. Um, hmm, yeah. Um, I'm wondering, hmm, have I ever scanned you before? Oh my god, I have to teach a class tomorrow. Okay, did it come up with something? I love this. Someone commented, "I enjoyed the meditation, but could do without the advertisements popping up. They distracted me." Thank you for letting me know. I need to go change that. Um, fucking YouTube. Hold on, guys. Sometimes if the message is extra potent, YouTube will take it upon itself to go ahead and add 5 million mother freaking ads. It's not me, you guys. YouTube's doing it on its own. Hold on one second. I just have to clear that out because there should be no ads in that, at least in the meditation part. How much you want to bet they did? Hell. Ah. Un momento, por favor. Let's see what's going on. All right. Coolio. There we go. Okay, guys. Oh, let me save it first. All right. Let's see. Yeah, they just totally add ads. So it's not if I've scanned you and I didn't say anything about parasitic latchings, then that means it's still outside of you. Because I typically, unless whatever's outside of you is trying to get all crazy, unless it's trying to get all crazy while I'm scanning you, I tend to not pay attention to anything outside of your field. Um, they aren't even good at it. I don't know what ads they are. Um, thank you, Lynn. Thank you. Uh, yeah, it and you guys, I don't know. I remember, I was live with my friend and someone in the comments was complaining about how, like, if they wanna write I'm assuming they wrote something nasty in comments before using a different profile, different channel or whatever the hell it's called, and it was removed. You guys, if you're gonna be disrespectful, you're gonna be removed. I'm not here to take any of that at all. And it's not that I'm only allowing nice things to remain. No, if you're disrespectful, I have every right and every reason to remove you. If you don't want to be removed, comment your dissent in a respectful way. I have very thick skin. It's very hard to offend me. Very, very hard to offend me. Let's see. Right. You can't be a jerk and stay. Like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, you just can't. I'm not gonna agree to that. Um, um, Green Eyes, I'm not doing scans right now. I'm just chatting with people. But I'm glad you were able to catch me live for the first time. But yeah, I wonder sometimes where humanity's going with its consciousness. Just because like I see grown people um still behaving like entitled children. I don't know. Hmm. Maybe I don't understand that behavior because I wasn't raised like that. Like, no. I mean, you could say what you want, you could actually no, you couldn't. Let me just let me think about it. Yeah, no. My family, you better act right or there's going to be consequence. You can't be acting a fool. You don't like it? Too bad. As long as you live here, you deal with it. And don't be too vocal about your complaining and you don't like it. Be quiet and do what you're supposed to do. That's totally how that's that's what I know. If you don't like it, don't eat it. But you can't be like, "Oh, I don't want that. I want something else." No, that's what's cooked. So for the videos, you don't want to eat it? That's what's cooked. Oh my gosh. Well, I apparently am not allowed to laugh, smarty girl, which is the funniest shit because even when I would get in trouble as a child, I would still laugh. Mm. Bellanova, are you still on the live? Are you still on? Bellanova, that is, it's a very similar um, type of environment that I had seen when I saw that. Um, Much more intense, though. Okay, if you're still on, I don't know if you're on because I think you're watching something else. I'll message her. I'll email her. I don't think I have her messenger, but I think I do have her email. But yeah, I think laughter is amazing. It can make something that is so difficult more tolerable. That's another thing is that I am actually very introverted. I'm an ambivert. I'm an ambivert, and I tend to be more of the introverted. And the only reason I can go live is because it's like I'm just talking to myself. And I, oh, okay. So what I was saying, Bellanova, is that what I saw with the thing that you had said, or you know what I mean, that it's very similar to this environment now, but much more intense. Um, Much more intense. But it was quiet in whatever area you went. You probably need an extraction. Well, no, Smarty Girl. You should probably seriously consider the Black Magic Revocation workshop I'm doing this Sunday. I think we're gonna leave the tickets open for the rest of the day today, Saturday, and then, um, I teach the class on Sunday. There's a lot of information there that would help you keep that out because it's not in your auric field, it's in your house. That's a whole different thing. Um, oh, that's awesome. Ooh, if you're not feeling it, Derek, don't do it. If you're not feeling it. Um, yeah, um, hold on, let me see. I keep adding more and more and more, um, to the manual. I'm already on page 49. Oh, man. I'm already on page 49 of my manual, and I'm still adding more information. This time, not only will I have energetic techniques to assist with black magic revocation, unhexing, uncursing, all of that good jazz. You're going to have the techniques. You're also going to have actual ceremony or ritual instruction, as well as, recipes for certain things. Because I really am. Um, I'm really sick and tired of people being messed with using black magic. You got a lot of people are asking if I'm doing another one. I'm weird in that I will do a workshop only one time. It's very, very rare for me to do a repeat for any workshop. So you either in on the first or everyone forgets about it afterwards anyways. I don't know why I'm like that. It's just I don't know. It's weird to me. Like, why can't I just offer it again? I don't know. I've been having conversations with myself about this for days because people have been asking for a few weeks now. When will be the next one? Never. Because I've had this workshop before, um, last April 2019. That was the first time I did this workshop. And then I was like, sure, maybe I'll do it again. Nope. Um, um, I Carmen, I unfortunately I'm not really planning to do a next one. It's weird that I do that. But we'll see. Uh, maybe I can try because this workshop is going to be like 8 hours long. The first one was 2 hours. This one is about 8 hours long. Is a long as workshop. So on Sunday we have 2 hours and then a lunch break and then another 2 hours. And then the following week, we have another 4 hours. So, black magic happens to someone when they allow an entry to be utilized by an individual with malicious intent. Not all magic is black. What makes it black is your intention. So, I don't even want to call it black magic. It's more of like dark intent. But black magic is the most easily recognizable way to phrase it. But yeah, this is definitely going to be a big workshop. Laughter and crying are two emotions that everyone knows 100% for sure when they are fake or genuine. Does my laughter or crying seem fake? I mean, I'm just, is that, I want to, I want to think that that's not a loaded comment because I agree. Laughter and crying, like when people try and fake crying or fake laughing, like I can tell it just, why are you trying to fake it? Just, but I just want to make sure. I mean, you weren't meaning that in a derogatory way from me. um, let's therapy. Smarty girl. Whoever that is said laughter and crying are two emotions that everyone knows 100% for sure when they are fake or genuine. Well, I mean, you look at people who are good actors and actresses. You can't tell that their laughter or tears are fake. So, yeah. Okay, guys, I've been live for about 2 hours. Should I go now? Are you guys done? Are you Oh, shoot, it's 12:42. I gotta teach class. Um, Laughter therapy. That's awesome. So, if you can tell when it's fake, does that mean that you believe my laughter or crying to be fake? Um, sometimes sometimes we don't know the root causation of black magic that was done to us. Sometimes it's not even that we did anything to deserve, warrant any of that. Sometimes people are just that way. It's very unfortunate, but sometimes people are just that way. Like, I've never done wrong to anyone before. I don't go out of my way to do wrong to anyone. And you wouldn't believe how many times people have tried some crazy stuff. Um, oh wow, Rhonda. I used to act and could do either just by a certain thought to trigger me. What would you use that for? You're talking about laughter and crying, right? What would you use that for? Would you use it to, um, I don't know, like manipulate someone's feelings, or what would be I've never been one to be able to cry or laugh just to the way I see it, like for me personally, and this is not talking about anyone else, but me personally, I just totally feel like I don't give a shit enough to do that. You either like me or you don't. And if you don't like me, I don't care. I still have to go live. I still have to do the things I do. So deal with it. That's how I see it. Um, and I don't know. Is that like a feminine thing? Is that like a female thing? Because I'm more masculine. I grew up with nothing but brothers. Um, my mom isn't girly girl. Um, Most of my friends, up until fairly recent, were all males. So I don't know. Um, Plays in school circles. Um. Oh no, no. I know you weren't telling me. Um, I was just asking. I thought you meant like you were doing that in your personal life, personal interactions. So I was like, well, what would be the reason? And I mean, I was trying to see if there was like a good reason. I don't know. I just, I, I was like legitimately curious. Would there be a good reason for that? What type of scenario would warrant that? Um, yeah. Okay. So acting. Yeah, you strike me as straight off the cuff. What would you do that for? Girl, see, I'm not the kind of person that like, I'm so quick to be like, you're ugly. I'm talking about energy and attitude. I'm like, oh, you're manipulative. Even when people say things that could be interpreted as they're admitting to manipulative behavior, I still assume like, oh, oh well. How do you protect your energy from it? From dark magic? That's what I'm gonna be teaching. um, you've played a part in physical. See, that's the thing about me. that's why sometimes I think maybe I am kind of crazy. Because if I'm in physical danger, I'm not going to play the part. We gonna really fight, or you gonna leave me alone? So yeah, that's kind of how I am. I remember I was working security, and my coworkers thought it was so adorable when I would kick people out of the mall. So if they had a reason to kick you out, they wouldn't tell you. They would just follow you and they would have me come there. They would have me show up wherever you guys are at and let me know that I had to eject you. And so I would eject you. I would tell you, you're out. You got to go. There's no, like, no, this is not, we're not doing some sort of like bargaining or compromise. You're out. You're just out. And so one time, it was nearing the end of my shift and they were kicking out this guy, and they thought it would be hilarious if they have me do it because, back then I was very, very tiny. And I arrive, and this guy must have been like 6'5", something like that, like really big guy, very athletic build, and he's really tall. And I told him he had to leave, like, you have to leave. And called me a bitch. To which I was like, I'm off work in 15 minutes. Meet me outside that door. I'm gonna fuck your ass up. And then all my coworkers were like, oh. And I was like, you want to do it now? I started taking off my badge. I took off my duty belt. I was like, I'll fuck your ass up right now. And they were just like, holy shit. I ain't playing with you. I don't care how big you are. You might kick my ass, but I'm gonna kick your ass too. We both be fucked up. that's that's kind of just, I don't know. I've always just been like that. I try and be peaceful. Um, but if you're gonna be aggressive with me, that's not gonna be good for you. You might be able to kick my ass, but I'll traumatize you equally. It's not good. It's not good. I'm not proud of that, but I've never been able to play any kind of role. Like if I don't get along with you, I can't fake it. I don't wanna be around you. I don't wanna look at you. I don't even wanna hear your name. I'm just like, I'm good. I'm good. And I don't like, that was one thing I didn't understand. Um, I used to have um these people that I knew that um did energy work too, and they would spend quite a bit of time in our little private chat, just the few of us, and they would just be talking shit about everybody. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Just so much shit. They would say all kind of shit, and then you see the person commenting in their live stream, and they're like, "Oh, hey, oh, you fake asshole. How can you do that?" Like, for me, we don't even have to have drama. If I'm not vibing with you, like your energy, your attitude, whatever it is, I'm just out. Like, I don't even need you to do wrong to me. I'm just like, I'm good. I'm good off that. You know, here's a refund. I don't want nothing to do with that. So I mean, honestly, to some degree, all of us gossip to some degree, depending on how you want to be stringent, how stringent you want to be about your definition of gossip. Um, we all kind of do it. Like, I talk to my husband about all kind of stuff, and that's considered gossip. But the type of gossip that some people do, it's like, wow, you wipe your mouth with toilet paper? um, Wow, that's how women in your family. Hmm. Being Asian, being Asian, um, I love the women in my family, but we can be savage. Like my cousins, um, they'll see someone that they don't, and this hasn't happened in forever. Actually, I think it happened at my mom's funeral. We saw someone that's kind of like, I guess, like a black sheep of the family, and one of my cousins, "Mhm, look at that." I was like, "Stop." But yeah, it cracks me up. I can't fake it either. Um, I totally can't fake it. Jody, let me see if I can find a link. Um, 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 is this it? I don't know because the page is not loading. Oh yeah, here it is. So if you guys do decide to be a part of this workshop, it's a pretty intensive workshop. It's not just an hour or 2 hours. It's pretty intensive, okay? Um, oh, I'm beginning to notice the method of visualization is happening almost often and uncontrollably outside of meditation. The feeling of presence and energy feels authentic. Is this normal? Yes, it is. Um, So, Alfred, part of the reason you might be feeling that, if you are genuinely feeling that, is that we're rising in level of dimensional consciousness. And as we level up, we experience all the levels of dimensional consciousness below where we are anchored. So, when you're experiencing things like that, that tells me that either you're elevating in that fifth dimensional anchor, or you're just about to jump into the sixth dimensional of dimensional frequency. Um, the brain has its own sewage system that people say shitty things sometimes. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Possibly. But the way I see it, people who talk a lot of shit um, might talk a lot of shit for a few reasons. One of them being that um, no one's ever corrected their behavior. No one has cared enough to be like, hey, that's kind of ugly. People don't like to be around you if you're going to be like that. And, you guys had asked me a question earlier on about how I parent with my child who was diagnosed with Asperger's. Um, that I was very upfront with him. He exceptionally brilliant, but when he was younger, he didn't always notice the social cues, and so I would tell him, be very honest, like, hey, I don't have a problem with that behavior, but if you want your friends to not wonder why you behave that way or what's wrong with you or whatever else people will wonder, those behaviors for people outside of our family, they're not really normal. They're not really something that's very easily accepted. I have no problem with it, but just know this might be the kind of reaction you get from people when you're out if you're doing that kind of thing. And he didn't really do anything excessive, anything that really um, kind of singles him out. But there were just little things like constantly asking questions. I mean, after a while, your friends are going to be like, dude, dude. So I would tell him honestly, like, I don't have a problem with it, but not everyone is open minded. So this is what you might face. Um, yeah, every organ does have its own like sewage system. Um, Whoa, wait, what? Savage is way different from liar. Ooh, what happened, smarty girl? Let me scroll up. Um, Wait, what, Rhonda? A security guard danced on your hood? You know, security guards, well, just because you got a guard card, that don't make you a cop. That don't make you. I would have body slammed him, put him under citizen's arrest, call PD, have them pick him up. Done. Yeah, that's too much. Um, why am I the only one in my family understanding and seeing the same thing? Um, Oftentimes it's just one or two people in the family, usually just one person in the family that has a higher level or an elevated sensitivity. And it takes the rest of the family a while to catch up. You said Asian women in your family are savage. The women in my family are like, oh, hmm, hmm. Would I consider some of them liars? I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. Is that the right amendment? Oh, man. So, I think it's bedtime. I definitely feel like it's bedtime, 2.5 hours. Don't do it. Don't plead the fifth, or don't tell you guys. I highly doubt that, my relatives would appreciate me saying things. And if I can't say anything nice, thank you, smarty girl. Right. So thank you guys so much for sharing this space with me. 2 hours, 22 minutes, 22 seconds. Yeah. 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 Okay. Plead the eighth. Oh, the fifth. You guys have a very good night. Thank you for sharing this space with me. Thank you for chatting with me. And you guys, thank you so much for not being me. um, oh, awesome. Awesome, Alfred. All right. Good night, guys. Bye.